music that time. Kasi ang goals ko nun, gusto ko rin maging musician. Pero sa korko, magtatrabaho sa korko, yung very session musician na. So, still in the industry, but not necessarily nasa limelight. Parang gano'n. But during that time also, that's when I started playing the guitar and every Saturdays, I would have this parang acoustic production of Dito Iconic talaga. So parang doon nakita ng mga tao na, ay, kumakanta pala to, hindi lang siya artista, pero kumakanta. And then, I also, there was a time na, during that time, pinasok ako ng mama ko sa show band. So, nag-show band ako before, back noong, 1999, 2001. So, yung show band na yun, sa may Aurora yun, sa may Cubao. So, talagang hindi siya yung socialing place, okay? Medyo may contact, gano'n. And then, I remember in one of my gigs, si Mami ko sabi niya sa akin, may pupunta mo na taga-Viber dito, papanoorin ka. Gusto mo raw gawa ng kanta. Ganun. Honestly, yung state of mind ko that time, I was already very cynical. Siyempre, di ba? I mean, kahit sabihin mo, alam naman natin sa industry na to, walang forever. Masakit pa rin kapag nanggaling ka sa sobrang sikat ka ng bata, tapos bigla ka nalaos. Masakit siya eh. Masakit siya tanggapin. So parang, when I met them, so after yung set ko, inupo ako ng mami ko sa table. So ang sa table na yun, si Tita MG of Hiker, who's in Diva now. Tapos yung producer, si Tita Margot Gallardo, Tita Edith Gallardo, and another producer, Arnie Araujo. So parang they told me that, you know, they would see me sa Ipulaga, singing with Tito Vic, and parang after watching my set, what was supposed to be as a solo song para sa kanila, gawa na natin ang album. Sabi nga nun. So ako, parang very enthusiastic na, talaga po salamat po. Kasi talagang sinipa ako ng nanay ko sa ilalim ng lalim. Ayos ka, parang gano'n. Ayos ka, makita ko excited ka. So, I didn't take that seriously, yung meeting na yun. Kasi parang, ako sa mga, parang pag umasa naman ako, it's gonna fail. And then yung naisip ko, mag-fail yan, wala namang bibili. Sino bibili yan? So then we started, parang we started the meetings na, and then parang napag-decision naman, kasi ang uso ng time, pag yung nagkakamali, either covers, or yung mga double meaning na kanta. So syempre, hindi naman bagay sa akin yung mga double meaning na kanta, yung mga aray-aray na po, di ba? So, parang napag-decision na ng Geiger nun, and the producer, Tita Margot, parang the album will be 10 tracks, 5 covers, and 5 originals. So, inuna na namin lahat ng mga covers. So, nandiyan yung mga If, yung mga Put a Little Love in Your Heart, ganyan. Yung mga typically, nakikita nilang kinakanta ko sa Ipulaga. And then the 5, parang, of course, Tita Edith Gallardo, our lyricist, and si Boy Ortiz, of course. Pero pagdating ng panahon was, I think, the last song na nirecord namin for the album. I remember getting the demo of Tito Boy. Tape pa nun. So, and during that time, I was still going to school. But magawa kasi ng plates, diba, lagi kang part, lagi kang kuyang ganyan. So, every time mapakinggan ko yung demo ni Tito Boy, nakakatulog talaga ako. Mga tipo, 3-4 na beses kung paulit-ulit na napakinggan, hindi ko siya natatapos halfway through. So, hindi ko mapasok sa utak ko yung kanta. So, from school to the recording studio, so syempre, hindi nag-retain sa akin yung song. So, pinakinggan ko na naman nasa Canadian Sound kami. So, before kasi kailangan mo talaga gumawa ng demo eh. Tapos i-approve ng label bago ko gagawin yung final recording. So, nung kinanta ko siya for demo, kasi talaga very, ano yung feeling na kapag kumakanta ka ng isang kanta na hindi mo naman kabisado, pero, okay. So, talaga walang feelings, walang anything. So, hindi siya kumatak sa akin, honestly. And then I remember, kinabukasan, pagkagising ko, I received a message from Tita Margot and she was like, Aiza, meron na tayong album title, meron na tayong career single. Sabi ko, talaga? Sabi ko na po, pagdating ng panahon. Sabi ko, talaga? Bakit? Yung basta it's so beautiful and ganyan. So, ako naman parang, sige ba naman ako para mag-decision for you guys, di ba? So, sige, okay, game. I mean, when I was recording it, wala siya yung parang lukso ng dugo na, oh my God, I think this is gonna be wala siyang ganun all. As in, it was just me recording a song. And then, tama ka, since wala kang social media noon, talaga, it was all radio. So, uso pa rin yung placement sa, di ba? So, I remember the launch of the song, I was at home, nakabukas yung radyo ko kasi hinihintay ko dahil alam ko 12 noon lalabas na. Tapos, magawa ko ng assignment. Tapos, narinig ko na yung, may VO, meron sila po lang parang VO na, and now, the new song from Ice Cigar. Hawag ko yung mga bitla. Di ko, so, nakikinig kami, sabay-sabay kami. So, ang sarili lang ng feeling, pero wala pa rin siya, oh my gosh, it's gonna be hit. Wala siya talaga ganun sa akin. And then of course, at that time also, naganap yung mga pirated albums, di ba? Yung mga bibili ka ng, di ba? Magkano. So, dahil kinabahan kami dahil doon, so gagawin natin, pag-pull out kami sa Viber ng ilang boxes, tapos ihalap ko natin yun sa iba ibang lugar, sa opisina ng tatay ko, saan-saan sa school, tapos sinasabi namin na kapag sa amin sila bumili, may terma ko, so ayun yung pakapako na. Parang bumili sila ng original, kasi nga, dami mga pirated. When it first came out, I remember, hindi ko siya ganun kabulusok eh. Medyo mabagal pa siya. Because I remember doing 2 mall shows na I felt really deflated because there were less than 30 people watching. So parang, okay. I mean, it's not for me na, it's a good thing na, you know, hindi ko inasahan ko. Alam mo yun, I just did it because I felt at that time I had to do it. Pero hindi para alam mo yun, isugal ko yung mental health ko at lahat ng pride ko dito sa bagong project na to. So, okay. And then, I got a call from Viper the time na I had to guest sa SOP one to promote the song. So, of course, promotion ganyan. And then, after I sang the song, kita ko si Tita MZ lumabas. And she was already carrying the gold record award. So I was like, what? But then after receiving the gold record, may sumunod na lumabas carrying the platinum. So parang nung nag-gold siya, after a week or a week and a half, it hit the platinum mark. Just like that. So talaga from then on, tuloy siya. And this was during the time that gold is, I think, 20K sales, and then platinum is 40. So talagang, sarili siya for me.
Para lang ma-appreciate namin, ano yung naging effect dun sa buhay mo na time? Naging mabilis ba yung parang change din sa career mo?
Well, yung pinaka-effect niya na feel ko, so that same day when I got the 2 awards. Because right after that SOP guesting, there was a mall show to promote the song, I mean, at least the album, sa SM Bacoor. So imagine, diba, ganito kanina na nag-promote ako, nag-mall show ako sa Evergo Esko, nag-30 yung mga nanonood, hindi ba lahat bumili? And pagpasok ko ng SM Bacoor, literal, kahit saan ka lumingon, may tao. Kasi talagang walang, sabi nila na hindi mo makahulugan ng karayo. Literal girl siya. So, the whole show started at 4. Natapos ako kumanta ng 5 p.m. So, after that is album selling na, di ba? You have to sign all the albums that, you know, bibili ng tao. Tapos kayo, nagsama na yung hall, nakapila pa rin yung mga tao. So, I was like, wow, okay. So, this is something, for me, unprecedented. I've never experienced that before. And din na, tuloy-tuloy na siya na ganun parate. proven wrong. Alam mo, it was very humbling na sobrang dami kong pinongkok na kung ano sa utak ko, hindi pala. Alam mo yun, that if it's something that, you know, the people they actually relate to, no matter who's sang it, kahit ano bang itsura niya kung ano na yan, alam mo yun, if it connects to the people, it will connect, and they will show their appreciation. So, I'm glad I was proven wrong.